Hello everybody, this is Purge, and we're coming back for game number 3 of Quantic versus Navi in the finals of the defense, sponsored by Own3D. Previous 2 games, if you guys haven't checked them out yet, you have 3 seconds. Alright, Quantic is up. They just won the last 2 games. It's currently a 2-1. Navi had a 1 level advantage coming from the bracket. From the winner's bracket, and Quantic fighting back though, winning 2 great games. Second game very fast-paced. First game had tons of technical difficulties and crap like that. If you guys don't know where the second game is, it's over at Luminous's channel. I'm co-casting with him for the rest of the set, and if you want to go check out game 2, it's youtube.com/luminousInverse to go find that. We're going to bounce back and forth until the set is over here. We have at most 2 games left here. If Quantic takes this one, it's all over, and they're going to take first place here in the defense. So, first round bans. Quantic is going to be doing a Chen as well as a Broodmother, and we see a Darkseer still banned out of Navi. And this game, they're going to ban the Anti-Mage. They've had Anti-Mage both of the previous 2 games. I wouldn't necessarily say that's why they lost at all. But first pick is going to be an Invoker here, so Quantic is able to do Nature's Prophet as well as a Windrunner. Saw that one coming, no problem at all. And if you guys are wondering, it sounds like Luminous is back, so he can now provide some awesome commentary about these awesome things.
I just heard a lot of awesome, and I didn't know.
Like 4 times, whatever.
Okay. Alright, so we have Invoker first pick, Freon, and Windrunner second. This might have been Miguel's ploy to be like, hey, here's a useless second ban. You get to pick one of the broken heroes, and I'll pick 2.
I think useless is a too strong of a word.
Too strong of a word, but...
yeah, but that was the strategy here. I was a little surprised Navi decided to go for the Anti-Mage ban. They had played him the previous 2 games, but it just did not work out for them. I wouldn't blame it on the Anti-Mage. I'd blame it on other reasons. But man, Quantic playing really good today. I did not expect this to happen. What if it's a 3-0? Man, that is going to be like epic upset.
I guess you told everyone we're exactly where we are in terms of the standings.
Yeah, I already covered that. I gave him a little 3-second spoiler, whatever. No big deal.
It's going to be Enchantress and Crystal Maiden again, so 3 games in a... No, actually, this is the second game that Puppy's going to be playing Enchantress. Yeah, how do you feel like... Because Puppy's been showing a lot of creativity in these picks. I'm not sure... I mean, if it works, it's creativity. If it doesn't work, then... You know, he's failing.
Yeah.
But there's a Warlock pick, there's a Jungle Storm pick, and they lost both of those games. Is it time for Navi, now they're with the backs on their wall, if they lose this one, it's done. Is it time to go back to the standard Navi games that we know enough?
I think that's important. When they're on the top, which they have been for a long time, I think it's okay if they screw around. They pick heroes like Sven, they pick heroes like Twin-Headed Dragon in the same game, they still win, and that's cool. I think that's the best way when you're the best team to keep getting more and more fan base. And that might not be their goals. It might not just be a purely fan point of view, but it's a really good way to increase the hype. Do weirdish picks, still win, and everybody's like, wow, you're so good. You can not only win, but use weird picks and win. And this is going to hit them a little bit, so I think they have to make sure that they still pull out the win. And as their picks so far, absolutely standard stuff. Enchantress, Crystal Maiden, as well as an Enigma. I think their mistake last game maybe was soloing that Enigma. Never really is that effective. It's pretty easy to gank him, so... I don't know. Let's see. They've got 1 pick left. They could still dice it up a bit.
Yeah, even with these standard picks, there's a lot of rooms for creativity. In terms of that, I'm talking about, yes, the Exhort Invoker from Dendy. We've seen that before. Of course, Arzar's Crystal Maiden. It is patented. You have to pay money to actually play it like that. It is the Max Nova, Max Bite, and stats. No Aura, no Ultimate. Pretty insane Crystal Maiden skill builds as well. So do look towards something like that. We are going to see a long lane Enigma again, I presume, because Enchantress is going to be in the jungle. So we might see Crystal Maiden plus a carry on the top, or we might see a double jungle with the Enchantress and Crystal Maiden. Both are very valid choices.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they go. At the worst case scenario, either a Windrunner or a Mirana would probably get free farm, which isn't the end of the world. It's definitely something they could do hypothetically. Usually you see that happen on maybe of a more passive semi-carry, something like a Slardar, someone who you're not really worried about getting free farm. But we'll see what they end up going. They definitely can mix things up quite a bit, and if we have trouble figuring out what lanes are going to go, I'm sure Quantic is probably having the same things. They're not quite sure how to adjust their lanes as a result, and that's one of the nice things that Navi does. They pick up a Night Stalker, though, a very stable pick. Their lineup is absolutely normal here, and I'm hoping to see them stomp Quantic and really show us that they're done screwing around.
I want a last game.
Yeah,
I've been
that too.
cheering for Quantic throughout the whole series. You call me a Quantic fanboy, but I kind of want to see Navi to flex their muscle a little bit. They are the top of the world for a reason, and I don't want to count them out, even though they are, one game away from being defeated. Quantic picks up Mirana once again, one of the highest win rate when it comes to heroes, in terms of carry heroes. Won the last 2 games, and they're comfortable picking that one up again. Migo's going to be handling the profit. We might see a support windrunner. Mania played it decently in last game, or we might see a supporter being picked up. And it seems like we have about a couple of seconds here for Migo to make his own decision.
Yeah, I'm not really sure where they're going to go with this. They don't really have to worry too much about hard carry potential, but the ganking that's going to come from Navi is going to be pretty severe, and they have some nice pushing to complement it with that Enchantress as well as that Enigma. I think the Ice Block or the Frostbite's also going to prove to be pretty annoying for heroes like Windrunner. So, are we going to see probably? All right, what do you think we're going to see for lanes out of Navi? Will we see Enigma top again? It's possible, but they do have a Nature's Prophet, so I think pushing is definitely likely. But probably Invoker mid, I'm guessing, with a Night Stalker supported by Crystal Maiden bot and a.
I'm guessing. Here's me. What I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for Night Stalker, Crystal Maiden top, Invoker mid, Enigma long jungle, defensive or long lane, sorry, and then Enchantress defensive jungle with backstab ganks and push that top tier 1 tower very quickly. Or they could flip it around and do the same thing on the bot, do a Crystal Maiden Enigma or something like that on the bot lane and push down that tower. I think with Enchantress pick, Navi's always looking for an early tier 1 tower.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And Quantic not going to be as able to do that because they don't have any pushing. Less trackers out of the pool, and they're going to go with an Earthshaker. So, likely to do a tri-lane here, Priest of the Moon, Venge, and an Earthshaker tri-lane, I'm expecting. They're going to probably try to lane that up against the Night Stalker dual lane, I'm guessing. And they should be able to shut that down pretty good. Range stun from the Earthshaker as well as follow-up from Venge is a guaranteed arrow if there's no creeps in the way.
Yep. A tri-lane also gives Quantic a lot of room. Always Migo will TP in, summon a Sprout after getting a kill, of course, and then suddenly the tri-lane becomes 4, and you push for a tier 1 tower as well. So those tier 1 towers, they are shaking right now because they know both teams respectively are going for them. And this should be a very, very good game as Invoker is going to disconnect. Remix?
Let me check the old Skype group. Not sure. I'm assuming if everybody is backing out that indeed there is going to be a remake. And yeah, everybody disconnecting. I'm going to assume yes.
Are we leaving game or?
Yeah, probably. I wish they would always say something in all chat first before they did that, so that I didn't have to worry about. I just left the game and there's no lobby up quite yet, so now I'm paranoid. Let's see what's going on. Hate it when this happens. Everybody leaves. Hope they didn't just back out and reconnect. Okay, somebody else wrote something. I wasn't the only paranoid person.
Yeah, last time when Nebula and I were casting this, we weren't able to join back the game after remake, so we had to restream off Toby's, which actually wasn't so bad.
Alright, it is up. Oops, here we go. Alright. Not sure what we're remaking for. Maybe there was I don't know. Maybe one of the players had a bug or something. I'm not quite sure. It seemed like the players left before the casters, which is usually not the case, but... Apparently Holy Master has to restart Dota 2 for every remake. Okay. Not sure what that's about. Oh, so you can enter the console commands.
There's one thing that I didn't really like about Gosu Gamer's betting site.
What is
Because you can only bet on a series.
That's true.
And I feel like that's the advantage for people that can't check every hour. But I think there's also like advantage to bet per game, especially for like these grand finals where you have 5 games. And
yeah, the problem is that all the Gosu bet setup stuff, it takes time, you know, and
definitely, yeah.
And that's going to give advantage to people who are actually available, you know. You can run the Gosu bet stuff if you only have an hour a day, you know.
That's
true. You
can
still participate. So if there was like, I don't know, I think it's much easier. There's a lot less problems probably if you just leave it as a single set and have that absolutely normal. Can't wait to edit this part out, by the way. Got so much editing to do tonight. Oh, that first game, man. I recorded like 3 different chunks.
Oh, we should upload these chronologically as well, huh? So I should wait for you to.
I'm gonna upload them when I go to bed probably. So we'll just say 10 p.m. or something, or maybe I'll upload the first one first. I don't know. Who knows?
Oh, you're gonna upload both of them?
Yeah, I usually upload everything at the same time. So
okay.
But we can talk about that later probably. Figure out the logistics of our metagaming of uploading different games. Alright, seeing the same picks, good to see so far. Not expecting to see a repeat. There was a game that was a fake remake where they all picked immediately. It was like AP instead of CM, and they all just like went mid and fought at level 1. It was awesome. Maybe I'll add that in. Did I record that is the real question. I don't know if I did. Too bad. Alright.
Prepare for battle.
Alright, here we go. Into the game. Quantic. Link is going to be playing the Mirana here on the mid lane. Looks like Angel may be soloing. Yeah, indeed. He's got double mantle. Very interesting. Mania is going to be playing Earthshaker, of course. Ryze is on the Vengeful Spear. And the last player for Quantic is going to be Miguel.
Yep. On the other side, I heard Puppey playing his Enchantress once again. Light of Heaven playing that Enigma. Arzar playing the Crystal Maiden. Of course, Dendi. Of course, on the Invoker. And the question is whether it's going to be Quas Wex or Exhort Invoker. We'll see. And it's going to be Helvos on on the Night Stalker. Yeah,
interesting starting item build for Invoker. It looks like Dendi is going to be soloing the bot lane. For that reason, I'm going to say he's got to be going Quas. He's got to. Because you need that Ghost Walk really, really early. If you're soloing on the bot lane, it makes your survivability much higher. Plus, he has picked up a Gauntlet of Strength, so this means he's not going to be soloing mid probably. When he does solo, he goes for Blades of Attack as well as that Ironwood Branch and Tango. And he has so much regen, this makes me think that he's probably going to be bottom. But we'll see. Hovost likely going to be on a mid lane, and yeah, Enchantress in the jungle. And where's Enigma going? Looks like, wow, Enigma is actually going to solo the bot lane. What's going on? Interesting.
Yeah, I think they are going to do that, the dual lane top with Enchantress defensive jungle, snipe a tier 1 tower, and they're going to do with Dendi as the dual lane. So this might be a quick indication of how he skills his early points, because Invoker not exactly the best hero early on if he goes Quas Wex, although the cold snap is pretty balanced when you think about it.
Yeah, I think he'd be better off to go for an Exhort Quas build, similar to what he's been playing the last couple weeks. That way he has a Forge Spirit for pushing, as well as a Cold Snap in case the gank comes. That's what I'm expecting him to do now that he's doing this dual lane here. So, looks like Windrunner is at mid, going to be against the Night Stalker. Night Stalker being supported by Arsards. Going to be playing that Crystal Maiden, trading a couple hits here. Angel getting a few in as well. And a lot of roaming coming out of Quantic right now. Looks like they're to shift their dual supports. Now Earthshaker's going to be defending mid possibly, or just swinging to the top lane to help out the Priest of the Moon, who does have a double damage here. And Dendi has picked up Exhort, so I'm going to assume he is going for that Exhort Quest build.
Yep, Quantic does have a smoke on Mania. I'm going to drop down Ward right now. Let's see if they're going to do a smoke, or they're going to just walk up. Quantic might be scouted. They don't know that there's no wards up here for Na'Vi. And they, Puppey's going to be in trouble. Fissure Block's going to be on perfect, and Mania showing why he is one of the best Shaker player there is. They're going to right-click Puppey down very easy. First Blood being picked up by Vengeful Spirit. And Puppey, to be honest, his game performance of the Enchantress not too good. And game 1 it looked a little bit shaky as well, as he constantly got ganked.
Yeah, and that's very not like him. He's well known to be one of the best Chen or Enchantress players, but this game just not so good so far. He actually didn't pick up any tangles, went for Cell first, and that could have survived him. I mean, there's one or two trees tops in his way of getting through that fissure block, so maybe that'll change his build in the future as he does an aggressive jungle against supporting solo heroes.
Yep, and these two guys, are they smoked up? Yes, they are. They're looking in the mid lane for a kill. Now keep in mind that their Invoker does have Sunstrike, so do expect 100 damage nuke coming away. That might actually make a difference in terms of these early game engagement. They're coming in. Mania, if he gets a perfect block against Havos, they will get the kill. It seems like both parties are backing off for now.
Yeah, Crystal Maiden actually sitting quite far back. Kind of interesting positioning. Possibly, yeah, she's getting ready to smoke with the Enchantress. They're going to come for a gank here after the creep waves are killed, and here comes the smoke. There it is indeed. They're going to be looking for a kill. A lot of pings all over the place. Miguel is a little worried. He's going to spawn some Treants here. They're going to go send them into the jungle to possibly scout out anybody coming to gank. They know the Ancient Apparition, A's been missing for a while. Arts has been missing as well as Puppies, so they are expecting that. But surprisingly, I really thought that Earthshaker and Bench would have gone on there, but I think they're a little too worried about it.
Yeah, the smoke gang always. This is a very standard Navi move. Smoke in your own jungle, go all the way on the other side. The team just simply won't expect it. But I think Quantic, they've been watching some replays and they do expect it, and now we have the backstab coming in from the Quantic supports. Miguel might dispel the smoke. Indeed, he's going to be in trouble. There's a net. We're going to have the tornado in the air. No, that's Wildkin just dies at that point. Sunstrike's going to hit. He's going to try to TP out. Can he make it? Yes, he can. Too good. It's Miguel. Now the creep wave on Crystal Maiden. She's going to take physical damage, and Mania, that big stick, it is going right up on Arzard. No, here comes the support from Light of Heaven. Mixed Eidolon's going to focus on Mania. What an exchange of fights. Arzard heals up, and they're going to push.
That was a really close play there by Navi. Almost killed that Nature's Prophet, but weren't able to score the kill. He's going to teleport back 2 levels of Nature's Call. He's got boots up as well, but man, the Eidolon's damage is just ridiculous. They're going to kill those Treants immediately. They even have 2 skeletons here doing some damage as well, and a great survive from Crystal Maiden. That was such a big deal. He grabbed Aura. What is this? Is this the same player? I can't tell.
Oh man, I guess they said, oh well, having the mana regeneration in a global scale is actually pretty decent. So he's going to pick that one up. And when you have Night Stalker, Enigma, Invoker who just burns through mana so very quickly, it makes sense. Although, I said that a lot of times and I've seen him just says, screw your mana Aura, gonna go stats. So it's going to go swing back in the mid lane and help out his Night Stalker a little bit, who is getting harassed down back in the mid lane.
Yeah, he's only got 200 gold here. I assume he's bottle crowing. Yeah, looks like there's a courier coming on the way. Probably going to be a bottle here. Angel doing pretty well as well. Bottle plus 400 gold. And Night Stalker's going to go to the top rune. He's going to grab a... No, actually, he actually doesn't have a bottle yet. Grabs boots first. Very interesting. Possibly going to go for a fast earn. It looks like it's nighttime, but he's not actually the correct running position. Nature's Prophet pushing on the bot lane. Still no Sprout on Miguel. Very interesting. 2 levels of teleport, 2 levels of Nature's Call. But he does have boots and decent stats, but they're going to try to take this bot tower. Are they going to be able to do it?
I think it's a decent choice at level 2. Nature's Call was absolutely key in terms of defending that tower. When 6 Eidolons, 2 Skeletons were up, it looked very dangerous. And having the extra Treant to tank, they are extremely tanky. Look at that, 500 extra HP. 550 extra HP for an extra Treant. They're going to try to do as much damage to this tower as possible. I don't think they will bring it down, but that's going to make the next push a lot easier to do so.
Yeah, the tower's still taking a lot of damage here. The problem with the Light of Heaven, no mana regen really, other than the Sage's Mask. And it's not quite enough. He's not going to have another Eidolon cast. He's going to have to decide between a Malefice and an Eidolon. The tower is going to be within deniable range by the time the catapult comes through, so they have to make the decision. Are they going to try to grab the last hit? It's going to be a deny war. Who's going to grab it? There's the fissure, and that is going to get the last hit. Mania doing that every single game, man. Perfect fissures right when they're looking to deny.
Yep, that's why he's often considered one of the best Sanking and Shaker player. And he's continuing to perform. Mania is such a consistent player. I have never seen him actually just have a bad game. Sometimes a lot of players just like, you just have a bad game. That's normal. That's human. I've not seen Mania do that. So maybe he's actually like a robot or something.
Yeah, probably. That's obviously the only possibility. So, Night Stalker picking up an earn now with the boots as well. And Dendy on the top lane, 1,200 gold just now buys his boots of speed. Is he going to go for Arcane like he usually does? Usually when he goes this build, he grabs a pretty fast Force Staff and maybe even a Blink Dagger on top of that. Kind of expecting something like that. 3 levels of Exhort, still just sitting on a Sunstrike, looking for some coordination with his allies. And it is nighttime, so Havos now level 6, does have his ulti, has not quite popped it yet, just now utilizes it now, and going to be looking for a possible rune. He's going to find an illusion on the bot.
For anyone out there that's beginning Night Stalker player wondering why you pop the ult even though it's nighttime, the artificial night will stop your clock, literally, and Well, it stopped at nighttime, so he could use it, extend the night, and then the night when it's over, it will still be on. So basically, it extends the night and make you even more effective for a longer duration of time.
Yeah, Wos is looking for an opportunity, but I think he's going to let the creep wave get pulled past here. He doesn't necessarily want to get vision, but he will go for the last hits there. And Navi Puppy is on the top lane with an Alpha Wolf and a Centaur, really good damage per second items. Forge Spirit is over there as well. They're going to go for the mass creep summons here this game. There's a Fissure on Dendy. He's in a little bit of trouble. He doesn't have any Wex, so he can't actually go invisible, and he looks like he will get picked off. Most likely a couple more hits here. There's the Salve almost doing the difference, but Miguel teleports in anyways. And Puppy now completely trapped in. The Centaur looking for a disable. Is he going to get the stun off? There's the stun on Miguel. A is trying to get in a good position as well. Puppy now running away. The Forge Spirit ready to do some damage in the enchant on Link, and that's going to be it for that team fight. Invoker gets picked off, and that's a pretty big loss for Navi.
Yeah, and despite what I said about Tier 1 towers, I've been screaming about it, but 7 minutes in, no Tier 1 has been destroyed. There were some worries on the bot lane for both teams' tower, but it looks like this Tier 1 tower might be in a little bit of trouble as well, as Miguel did TP, and that was a level 3 Treant, so it's just TPs and Treants and no Sprout. Again, very interesting thing. I thought he would just, skip a level of TP and go into Sprout at the very least. No, he's going to skip that too, and they're going to keep pushing here. A lot of creeps in position.
Yeah, definitely. Invoker's going to pick up his Staff of Wizardry now. It's down to 260 gold. Arzart in a position. He's grabbed 2 levels of aura now, going really high aura. Night Stalker, has he gotten a kill yet? I don't think so. He's coming for the bot lane though, and he does have his magic wand up as well as some decent regen. So here's going to be a possible first gank on Miguel. There's the Malefice coming in. 2 stuns as well as a void. No, he does not actually have fear, and this TP coming. Miguel gets picked off. Going to cancel that TP there. Nice TP wasted. I don't know whose that was. Possibly, yeah, that was Mania's.
Yeah.
On the Earthshaker.
Actually very expensive for a hero like Shaker, who doesn't get too much farm to start with. And this bot tower now in trouble. The Catapult is up. Eidolons are up as well, and they're going to right-click down. I don't think they could actually reinforce this tower quick enough.
Yeah, and surprisingly, Navi's going to take a tower with just a single Earthshaker and a little bit of ganking happens. So that's how ganking lineups end up taking towers. They take a hero advantage and people are out of position, and then there's your towers. Mid tower's going to fall as well though. Windrunner's going to grab that last hit, 1300 gold on Windrunner, and Navi going to do the same on the top lane. Alpha Wolf in position, giving 30% bonus damage to everything. The Wolf will not get killed quite yet, and the Forged Spirit doing good damage as well, 47 plus 14, as well as a Centaur, man. That's a lot of damage.
That Wrath of Nature being used, weakening the creep wave a little bit up. That might make them actually defend the tower. The arrow's going to get blocked here, and then he actually denies his own Force Spirit to not give away any EXP. Here comes a backstab from the Shaker. Fissure is going to hit on Arzar. He's going to completely TP out. Great choice here. Ice Wall being dropped down. Shackle Shot not going to latch on anything. Great play, but with the haste rune, Angel's going to run straight through. Got to be very careful. Eats it actually enchant as well. Here comes a backstab here from Miguel, and I think no one's going to die, but the question is, will they bring down this tower?
Yeah, Navi's got to defend this, otherwise they'll lose some more tower advantage. No, looks like Light of Heaven and Night Stalker on the bot lane took out the tier 2 in the meantime, so Quantic spending a lot of time trying to get a gank off top. Didn't get a single kill, so even if they lose this tier 1 tower, Navi is still ahead here, and they might go for a gank. There's the stun disable on Miguel. He gets feared as well, and he hits big black hole coming out of Light of Heaven that's going to disable Miguel. Link might be in some trouble as well. The Night Stalker's going to run away though. Light of Heaven most likely going to die, and he will, but definitely worth it there. Picked off the Nature's Prophet, forced some more TPs, and that's going to allow Navi to defend their top tower.
Wow. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense, and that's exactly what happened there. He's not going right in, Earn on top of Rise. Rise is going to just go down. Yep. Nice play here by Night Stalker. And back on the top lane, there's an engagement going on, and I cannot use my mini-map, so Purge.
Going after Mania, he's going to try to teleport out. Do we have a disable? Yes, there is another Frostbite, so he will get picked off. You just have to change your perspective to
I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to do it. It just doesn't work.
Free perspective or whatever. That's what fixed it last time for me. Chasing now on the Night Stalker in the mid lane. He's going to TP out. Boast didn't even have any mana anyway, so he wasn't too concerned about that. And another TP is spent from Nature's Prophet. He's only got an Urn and a Wand farm so far, despite being a solo mid hero. And Navi is looking good, man. They do have a gold advantage, a big gold advantage, 2k here, and that's for a tier 2 tower that they have up over their enemies.
Yep, it might have been Night Stalker is the pick that they were all waiting for. Wrath of Nature being dropped one more time. Top tower might be destroyed. Oh, Arzart takes a shackle to the face, but a 4-staff from Dendy already up such early phase in the game. And he's already doing some heavy damage. Ancient might be a little bit trouble. Do we have a cold snap on top of him? Arzart very low. He's going to pop the wind run. Going to get the kill and still going to go back. Dendy now in trouble. Shackle Shot, Starfall, every spell on top of him. Puppy now is going to eat an arrow to the face. No, barely just runs out. And she's going to live to tail the tail. Meanwhile, Night Stalker trying to backstab forward. Wow, that's big play here from Hobos. He might actually end up going down, running straight into the creeps. But he's so fast, going to eat a magic missile and a couple of right clicks. Finally going to bring him down.
That was barely enough stuns there to pick him off. Pretty big mistake there by Navi trying to make something happen. The Crystal Maiden was being really aggressive, but still ended up dying. I mean, she did a little bit of disable on the Windrunner, but if they would have just waited back a little bit, maybe tried to hold out, might have gone a lot better. But the tower dies from nothing, and the tier 1 on the top got denied as well. So Light of Heaven now ganking on Mania. He might be in a lot of trouble. Here comes the Malefice, but the support from Miguel, he might go straight for it. One more Eidolon hit. No! The Eidolon died. Times out right before getting the kill on the Earthshaker. That was so close. Light of Heaven in some trouble now. He does have a mechanism up though, so he's pretty survivable. And there's a Sunstrike. I heard it somewhere.
Oh, it almost hit Mania as well. I think he salved up, and that was a very close call. The fight's not over yet. Arza drops off a ward in the mid lane. Here comes Night Stalker. He's trying to find Angel, but a haste rune on Angel. Angel's grabbing so many haste. And he's going to be fine right now. Rise now intro. Oh, arrow's going to hit. Now they're going to initiate Shackle Shot. Not the perfectly chain stun. In fact, he was stunned for a long time. His haste is running out. He's going to get a Malefice to the face. Here comes Arzar. Rapid Nature being dropped down as well. A lot of spells being traded off, but the result is a tier 1 tower death in the mid lane.
And it's 6-6 currently, but Navi's looking pretty strong. They still have all of their tier 2s up. So they're 1 tower up on the Quantic team. I'm not going to land another Shackle on Hvost, which is pretty scary. Not good for Quantic. They really, really need to get those Shackles off. The chain stunning on Night Stalker. He picks up his Power Tread, so he's very tanky now. Will probably be going for a Vanguard next. And will they be able to take out the tower? 4 levels of Exort now. Forge Spirit is up, doing a lot of damage. Another Sunstrike possibly, and a nice Tornado finding a Wildkin. That is a good pickup.
Yep. And I just want to quickly look at the gold difference chart. It is swinging back and forth now in a dire lead, about 1,500 gold. But with a successful team fight or a tower destroyed, this goal could change very quickly. And Light of Heaven being so aggressive, he's going to get blocked. What was he trying to do? Is he going to just one-man black hole? It seems like it. Wow, big play from Light of Heaven. And what type of initiation is that?
I'm not sure. He does get shackled though, in a little bit of trouble. He's going to pop his mech before he dies though, and forcing a couple nukes out of Quantic, but they're going to immediately change. They're probably just trying to keep them busy while they do damage to the tower, but that didn't quite work out. They're going to have to summon some more creeps, and they're all going to back up here at this point. It is daytime, so Night Stalker's time has passed in a lot of ways. Miguel now pushing the top lane. Here comes the TP score. It's going to be Dendi. Is he going to go for the kill here? He does have an Invoke up, but not going to go for that kill. They're all going to back off, and Navi's going to be okay with their advantage right now.
Yeah, I think if he had Cold Snap and Force Spirit both on cooldown, he would have done it with the extra spell on the Invoke, but Ice Wall, not exactly the best spell, especially if they're really far away, so he's going to just go back and farm. Nothing wrong with that one. Do you look towards him to pick up either a pushing item like drums, or maybe an initiation type of item like Blink Dagger? That's kind of his favorite go-to item when he plays the Exhort Invoker after the Force Staff.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Looks like Quantic's going to back up just a little bit. Earthshaker level 5. There's going to be a Smoke Gank. Wow, perfect ward from the Dire team. They saw that. There was a ward right next to them, and that's going to give them vision. If you look at their positioning right now, they are all backing up. Everyone is back. Invoker running back. Ancient Emperor, I'm sorry, Aether is the only person that's slightly out of position here, and I think Quantic realized, they're like, oh god, they all backed off immediately. They obviously had a ward up.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake. Warding that spot in the mid lane is such a common spot. I think most pro teams even de-ward that spot to check for mid-game observer wards, and they smoked there, and that was well, 100 gold down the drain. Back on the mid lane, though, we do have Navi kind of gathering up, staying close together. Don't want to get picked off, and it seems like both teams just want to farm for now. And we did see the tier of Miguel's Prophet in game number 1. If you give him some room to farm, like you're giving him right now, he'll give you a quick mech, and then he's going to go into a Hex. And it's just a lot of stuff that you have to deal with. Once late game comes, Prophet is just a different hero.
Yeah, that's definitely true. He's going to teleport to the bot lane, continuing his farm here. A little bit safer there. He finally has picked up a level of Sprouts. It's good to see that he will actually be utilizing that this game. Looks like Navi has smoked up, going for a gank as well. I don't believe that the raiding team ended up signing up. They are going to find Rise on the Vengeful Spirit. Here comes the Disable on him, and there's the Malefice. Going to start it off, and a couple nukes as well with a Cold. But the Ice Wall is going to guarantee that kill, as well as set up any defense from anyone else coming from the tower.
I do believe that's going to be a tier 2 dead. This just means that Potom Illusions are pushing back. I thought the hero was there. But this is going to at least draw one teleport scroll. I'm very curious. I think with that Zeph, they could have pushed mid tower a little bit, but it seems like they're going to go back to farm, just using that smoke gank for some territorial advantage. And Miguel farming very bravely on the top lane.
Yeah, we'll see if there was a Sentry Ward pop by the Radiant team. They did expect once again that the smoke was spotted, but there was an Observer Ward replaced by the Dire team. I don't know if that's quite within vision. Yeah, I don't know if it is. I'm not quite sure, but they're going to swing to the top lane and push that out now.
Yeah, Valve, I hope they add some type of, like, if you click on the ward, it will show you, like, the area it sees.
That would be nice. That would
really
be
helps
cool.
out observers, at the very least. And it looks like they're going to try to set up a gank on the top lane. It is a two-man gank, but little do they know, Def is lurking around the corner. Arzar and Night Stalker just waiting on the wings, just jungling it up. And here we go, a teleportation coming for Dendi. And they're going to get heavily baited. Dendi has the Force Staff. He's going to use it right now. There's a Urn and a... Wow, look at the Fissure and the Shackle on too. But Migo in a little bit poor position. He pops the Mecha right now. And the chase goes the other way as Migo is going to take a second Void to the face. Rapid Nature gets dropped. It's going to come in for huge damage right now. There's a Sprout on Hovos. And I think he's going to go down. Magic Missile and Shackle on top of him right now. And the Force Spirit is just going... Yeah, Nova's going to take the kill. Now they're going to go for Rise. Rise trapped between the corner. Dendi going for him right now. He will have the second spells coming down. The arrow, very, very long range, and unfortunately did not latch to the 2 so far. Any buybacks.
And Dendi in a little bit of trouble now. He does do the Ice Wall, Force Staff through. He's going to take big moves from the Priest of the Moon, who's still trying to get hits off. Nice mech from Light of Heaven. That's going to make the difference. He's looking for the Black Hole. He's going to drop the Midnight Pulse. He's thinking about it. Link going to take one more stun and another follow-up damage. 2 more hits, and they're going to have a kill. He does do the Black Hole. Guarantees the kill there on Link. I don't know if that was completely worth it, but might get follow-up on Angel as well.
Angel need to get out around now. Earlier, the Nigma did not have mana, so he actually have to pop the Soul Ring, so he doesn't have many mana right now. Oh, can we get the Urn? Can we get the Urn? He has to go into Ghost Walk, but no Wex. And he's going to go down. No, he's actually regenerating quite a bit. And there's a Sprout on the Crystal Maiden. Shackle Shot latching immediately after. And DD CM is going to go down as well.
Wow, pretty big mistake there by Na'Vi there. Getting those last 2 pickoffs. The teamfight was over. It was more or less even, but I think a little bit of their disadvantage, and they lost 2 extra heroes there at the end. Probably shouldn't have been that aggressive. With the Nature's Prophet able to buy back and immediately resupply, that's not a good place to fight when you're that far away from towers.
Yep. All these engagement is putting a lot of stress on these supports as they've been dying many times, and also they're expected to keep warding up, keep de-warding sentry smokes, and it's rough on them. So I'm going to quickly check out how the supports are doing in terms of farm. Mania somehow's got the Arcane Boots. Vengeful Spirit double Bracer, so I guess the tower's been helping him out. Meanwhile, on the other side here, we do have a Bracer and Boots on Crystal Maiden and a Smoke. And Enchantress pretty healthy in terms of gold with the Arcane Boots as well. So both teams getting the gold advantage from towers despite dying quite a bit.
Yeah, and we'll see how that really impacts the game in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Link has once again grabbed a Drum of Endurance. He is now level 11, going to be using that ulti in nasty ways, as we saw tons of times today already. Been playing Priest Moon virtually every single game here. Puppy back in the jungle is going for level 8 Arcane Boots as well as a Bracer. We'll see if he tanks up a decent amount. It's not going to be as tanky as against the Tiny game, surely. And Night Stalker still doesn't have his Vanguard yet, despite having his Stout Shield and his Vitality Booster. It's pretty late here, 19 minutes in the game, and all he really has is a couple of utility items and a decent amount of tank, but he's gotten killed a couple times.
Yep. 2-man smoking in the jungle. It is Arzar with the Blink Dagger Dendi. He's looking for that type of initiation. It's going to give him so much mobility. And that's exactly what he needed to counter. Just jump behind the enemy lines and start working on the Shaker, start working on the Venge. Because he will have 2 Force Spirit up, he will just out DPS these 2 supports so easily and go for those quick kills.
Yeah, and with that Blink Dagger, he's also able to just do a Blink Wall, which is what he was queued up to do there. He was going to probably Blink, do an Ice Wall, spawn the Forge Spirits, and immediately transfer into a Cold Snap, which is a guaranteed kill on a lot of heroes. And that's what I saw last time when we saw Invoker. Arrow's going to land, 5-second disable on Night Stalker. Is Puppy going to pop the heal? No, they're actually not going to go in on that. A little surprised about that. Puppy is, Light of Heaven looking for a disable. No Blink Dagger on him. He's got 1,600 gold. There's an ulti from Nature's Prophet. The Ice Wall, he does the Blink Ice Wall going on Mania. Mania sounds. Can they kill him before he ends up getting a disables off? Nice swap. He's got 1 hit left. Ice Wall not going to score the kill. There's an Impedus as well. Fissure goes down. He finally gets picked off by the Forge Spirits, and Dendi following up, waiting on some Invoke. Are we going to see a Black Hole? Another Fear on Link, and they're following up on that stun I hear on Enchant. Enchant does get picked off. Frostbite now on Link. Invoker hitting him. Crystal Maiden drops as well. Enigma Night Stalker able to clean up the Windrunner. And And now following up after the remaining 3 heroes, Vengeful Spirit in some trouble with that Cold Snap. There's an Urn on him as well, and I think Navi may back up. They're a little scared right now. Stun goes down to Night Stalker. Dendy might clean this up, and the Priest of the Moon, nice, able to pick off the Night Stalker. Venge goes down as well, following up on Nature's Prophet now. He's in that Ice Wall. He's getting so much minus armor. Black Hole, it's going to catch a Black Hole. He got a Midnight Pulse off as well. Miggle's going to be able to be picked off, and Link may get followed up as well. Cold Snap, great play by Light of Heaven.
Dendy, triple kill being picked up. And he is going to have another 1k gold in his bank for his next engagement. The thing is, in the last couple of team fights, Night Stalker and his squad showing that they could do so much damage. I feel like right now on the Radiant side, they just simply don't do enough damage. Pick up some nice, nifty spell damage. But at this point here, no Hex on the Windrunner, nor or on the Prophet. Mirana's just not doing enough to carry her own weight in the fight. And these silences are very clutch. I've seen multiple times where either Shaker raises Totem to cast a spell, or Mirana just, again, raises her bow to cast a spell, and then immediate fear comes in from Havos. I'm not too sure these are just coincidental timing, but it is so good at shutting down so many heroes. And all the meantime, the Force Spirit are doing so much damage. The Black Hole at the end was great, and the quick cooldown of Enchant, the Nova, and the Bite, they're really making Quantic pay.
Yeah, if they can stay alive, it's a big deal. Then he's going to blink in finding Mania. He does get the Cold Snap off. There's a swap that we see from Vengeful Spirit. There'll be one fissure. Is he going to score the kill? Probably going to force staff this. Nice. Oh, man. Sunstrike going to actually get dodged by Mania, but with the wand as well, he does end up getting picked off. Nice play by Dendy. So that's a Vengeful Spirit and an Earthshaker going down. Swap not contributing a save there.
Yep, and right now, somehow Quantic's got to defend, because here comes Havos and his squad to push. Blink Dagger is on the way for that Enigma. And of course, right now with the Black Hole down, it's not going to do too much, but blinking right into a Malefice is pretty good as well. There's a Fear on Link. He's got to leap out. Oh, it's going to be fine. He is going to be approaching 2100 gold. And the interesting question is, will he actually get a Yasha, or will he worry about survivability and get that Ultimate Orb? I think in this case, Ultimate Orb might be a little bit more of a safer choice.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Enigma's going to pick up that tower kill here. He's got his Blink Dagger, finished 1300 gold on the bank as well, blocking the crap out of Havost, who looks like he may be going straight for a pipe. Is he going to finish the Vanguard first? I'd assume he's going to. He has the Vitality Booster, he has the Stealth Shield. He's going to grab a double damage, so are they going to snag a Roshan? All of Quantic is alive. They might get some vision here. Windrunner has a pipe, very interesting item choice so far this game, but with Nature's Prophet on his mech, I think that's a smart decision.
Yeah, they definitely went for the defensive build, but instead, they need damage. Right now, with the Aegis ending up either on Night Stalker or Dendy, I don't know whether they kill any of the heroes twice, and it's going to be really rough.
Night Stalker's going to pick up the Aegis here. He has been dying a lot, so Chain disables. They want to keep him alive. He does finish his Vanguard now. And Light of Heaven once again being so aggressive this game, up to 1600 gold, just sitting on the Soul Ring for mana, but with that Vitality Booster and the Mech and the Blink Dagger, he has so much utility. He has been rocking this game so far in terms of farm as well as game contribution. Now, top tower has been defended, 300 HP, and Dendy, point booster, man, he's going for the Aghanim Scepter.
Dendy says, 3 spells per fight, not enough. Let's go up to like 7 or 10. Meanwhile, we have Quantic trying to get a gank. I thought they were going to smoke up. They were holding hands pretty tightly. But no, they're going to just kind of do it the old-fashioned way, walk up.
The old-fashioned way.
and they have to initiate off with a fissure. Because with Force Staff and Blink, they got to keep him chain stun as well. Let's see how they're going to do this. There's a fissure, there's a Shackle Shot, a swap as well. Enchant Totem, Magic Missile, nice! That's exactly how they need to do it, and they did it perfectly. Quantic showing off some beautiful communication.
Yeah, that was really good. They spent a lot of ultis on that one, well, at least we saw in Echo Slam, but without a Blink Dagger, that's not really a tough loss at all, because he's probably not going to be getting those off in the later team fights. He's at 1200 gold, so he will be going towards a Blink Dagger sometime soon. Swap has been used on the Venge as well, but I think Quantic is going straight into a push from this one. Invoker is probably the #1 hero for defending push. We have a double Tornado out of Enchantress. That is a ton of damage. 40 damage per second being done, but a nice fissure. Mania spots it. Once again, playing his Earthshaker so well.
Yep, and they're going to get a tower for free, so that gank on that Invoker had a lot of, I guess, residual effect. Yeah, and with that top tower down, right now Navi's holding to 2 tier 2. Quantic holding to 1 themselves. So the gold difference should be very even. Oh, 3k gold lead for Navi, which is actually not that big of a deal, to be honest, in this stage of the game.
Yeah, it really isn't. Gold graph, yeah, 3k. Not a huge deal. but it is something. Night Stalker is about to pick up his pipe possible, or his hood at least. He's got the gold, 1700. Is he going to finish it, though, is the real question. Or is he going to go for something like a Black King bar? That might be a better option in this game situation since he has been stunned so much. But if he gets the survivability from the pipe anyways, he wants to eat people's nukes. Because then that's going to be nukes not going on his allies, on his Crystal Maiden, on his Enchantress. Those heroes are very squishy. They need to stay alive. And by getting a hood, that would absolutely help them out a bit.
I think So Curious might be a very decent choice as well, as we are approaching the late game where the Mirana starts to right-click, but not if she gets ganked here. Uh-oh, here comes Arzai trying to bait out the bite. There's a blink in for that initiation, double blink in the exact same time. Na'Vi showing off some of their own communication as they pick up 1 kill, and let's see if they're going to go Rax time.
That was really good. I didn't even know that Invoker was there, but he blinks in immediately. Once again, Denny going for his mid-game Arcane Boots. Kind of interesting on the Invoker, but so far the blink has been shown to work quite well here. If you don't have the mobility of Wex, buy a blink and a Force Staff, and then after that you worry about your other items. So he's still 2k away from his Aghanim Scepter, but once he gets there, he's going to have so much utility.
Yep, good pickup here by... picked up an Ogre Magi that's going to give everyone some ice armor, which is actually a pretty big deal as they walk up the high ground trying to tank their way in. But yes, we do have Blink Dagger Black Hole up on Enigma, and of course, every one of Denny's spells is always up. And do they push or do they go for more farm? I think they're comfortable with their lead so far, but against the Mirana, it's always dangerous to try to farm your way into a late game victory.
Yeah, it is definitely dangerous. Once she gets her Manta Style and another damage item on top of that, she can just drop people harder than a lot of hard carries. You don't necessarily see it coming because Priest of the Moon has such a slow buildup of hard carry potential because of her spells, but once she does get a couple damage items in her and she's doing that from range with illusions, it is really scary. Yep.
She is indeed a little bit away from that though. I'm gonna Starfall the bot creep, but here comes a push on the top lane. I think Quantic's gonna let that one go. I don't think they have the items, the hero position to actually defend that one. So yeah, Mirana's going to keep on pushing out bot. Has a TP scroll ready for the base defense.
Wow, these Forged Spirits are doing 83 damage per hit here. That is such a big impact. Looking for a Shackle Shot, just going to catch some creeps though. And they're trying to stop the deny, but I don't think it's going to happen. They might. No, that's AA on the top lane. Are they going to go in? No, Dendy blinks in. Not able to catch anybody. They have such reach with all of their blinking here, and that's one thing about their lineup here that is very interesting. That's something that Quantic used in the second game to shut down Na'Vi.
Yep. Na'Vi, I just want to point out, they're switching up their play so much, and this is like 180 degree spin. Na'Vi generally loves to do the pushing thing. For the past 2 games, they did a farming anti-mage, and that was like, that's a big switch in terms of playstyle. Now they're like, we'll gank instead, and all of these switches just shows off how good Na'Vi actually is in terms of being able to play so much different things. I think a lot of teams have like maybe 1 or 2 strat or playstyle that could depend on. Na'Vi's like, let's flip a coin. I feel like playing push now, so we'll do that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Enigma is going to pick up. He's up to 3k gold now. Is he going to buy like a Boots of Travel or something? Who knows? That would actually allow him to die, buy back, and come back into the team fight, which might be cool, but maybe he's just going for something a little bit more stable, like a Shiva's Guard or a Sheepstick. I think that would be very smart. Shutting down Miranas in the team fights or any other hard carry potential, especially if you get a fast Sheepstick, like a 30 or 40 minute Sheepstick here on Enigma, that would be a giant impact on shutting down the carry potential.
Yeah, he does have a beat booster. Maybe it's going to be a heart. Actually, might not be the worst choice. Considering, again, Radiant team does not do enough damage.
Yeah, that's true.
Right now, we do have Prophet about 2k gold away from Hex. Mirana about... he's going to have his Manta in just a bit. Hopefully before the next team fight.
Yeah, we'll see Denny now pushing the bot lane. 2,400 gold. Are they just going to farm his Aghanims is the real question, or do they want to push in before that? If they do make that trade on the downside, that Quantic's going to have the same stuff. They're going to also have possible another item for the upcoming team fight. I mean, there's a Force Staff pipe on Windrunner now. It looks like Quantic actually wants to push. There's a blink on Earthshaker. They have pretty much everything that they're going to get, except for this Manta on Mirana, which is very, very close. But they're thinking about it, that's for sure.
Now they see the guys coming in, or at least Dendy is, so at least Prophet's going to TP back and try to defend it. His teammates could push, but no, they're going to back off as well. Checking for Roshan, or maybe just accessing the Secret Shop. Yeah, Puppy. I think he's going to go point booster. Yes, he does. So both teams just kind of stacking up right now. Of course, Na'Vi, if you look at the mini-map and their hero position, they definitely have the map control, as they're very deep in the enemy territory and preventing the enemy team from pushing out. And doing this against a Prophet, that's hard.
Yeah, look at the ward position as well. Like, Arts is doing so good on keeping. There's just a giant conglomeration of sentry wards as well as observer wards all over the map. They have great vision, especially on the north portion, in case they ever want to do any pushing over there. That's a huge. I mean, that makes a big difference when supports are that good that they're planning out all the wards in time, and they can still find time to farm jungle camps, which is something I've seen him doing a couple times here.
Yeah, it might be good for Quantic actually to maybe buy a gem and just go mass D-Ward party, as shutting down ward vision is one way to come back when you're behind like this. But they have a lot more worry on their hands, as we see Hovos gonna go Acceptor instead. So very traditional build, gives them raw HP and mana. Not exactly high armor to work with, but yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, when you're going like a heavy ganking lineup like this with a lot of mobility, and it is nighttime, you'll have vision. You're more or less ungankable, unless they do have smoke up, but it helps your team be ungankable in a lot of ways, because it's more or less free map packs. It's the best, that's the way that everybody likes to call it, satellite map packs, because you have this giant vision, unobstructed, goes over trees and everything, and then when the team fights happen, Na'Vi can always decide when it's favorable for them. They aren't going to get caught out of position unless there's a smoke, and then they, with their gold advantage, they have a very good chance of winning team fights and then eventually the game.
I like how you point out unless there's a smoke, and ironically, that's exactly what Quantic's doing. Unfortunately, they're kind of going the wrong direction. I just hope everyone has TP scrolls, and which they do. This is a pro game. This is a final of defense. This is not, your average pub. So, yeah, Hovos pushing the bot, and we have Wrath of Nature being used by Migo. No, he's actually saving it. Very odd. I thought in this case, when you're being so pressed down pound, you would just spam your Wrath, but no, he's actually... No, never mind. I have to say that. Okay, he's spamming it.
He's like, oh yeah, my Wrath's left, cooldown, time to cast it. And there it goes, flies off the map. Quantic going for the gank on the top lane. They thought that Na'Vi has been farming their jungle, their own jungle, but instead Na'Vi was farming their jungle. So Na'Vi very heavily in the Radiant jungle, clearing out all the farm, and what they're basically doing right now is taking a farm advantage as a result of having map control. So Enigma has been in their jungle with Boots of Travel. He did purchase those. Surprised I got that one right. And the rest of the heroes have been killing their jungle. That way, if a team fight breaks out, Light of Heaven can still teleport there, and they're still utilizing both of the jungles for the farm. And I'm sure the graph has gone up. Yeah, look at that. A very, very decent advantage going to Na'Vi over time here because they have map control.
Yep. And because Na'Vi have all these wards up, like Purge mentioned, look at the wards just outside of every lane. You leave a lane, we'll see you. And again, unless you smoke. And because of that, they can safely farm in the Radiant and Dire jungle and just extend their goal lead. There's really, for now, there's no need to, dive into the enemy base trying to look for a Rax, because Mirana she is farming, but she's seeing one creep wave every 45 seconds or so. And Hovos and his squad is farming at a much higher rate. In the jungle, they could go for the Roshan whenever they want to, and they're pushing every lane as well.
Yeah, we're probably going to wait to see till it's nighttime before Na'Vi decides to be aggressive. That's going to be very important. That way Night Stalker can have unobstructed vision, actually utilize his Aghanim Scepter, as well as the nice movement speed and ability bonuses that will be gained from it. 33 minutes in the game, still 15-18 though, and we're going to see some more farming, guys. I mean, we're going to have to wait till it's nighttime, but it is ticking ever closer if you look at the clock at the top.
Yep. Of course, Na'Vi actually might be raiding for the second Rosh as well, trying to take advantage of the position they have. Although, very dangerous to do this against a Prophet, because you never know where his team is smoked up and when the Prophet's going to jump in. Again, two guys smoked up and they're looking for more, but I think they're looking at the wrong direction, as this is the second time they look for. Maybe they realize it's too dangerous to go into their own jungle, as Roshan spawns right now.
Yeah, and they're going to be going for this as fast as possible. Vost, not a lot of damage, but once again, lots of tank. Light of Heaven is invisible, so he's going to be scouting out the high ground. He will disable any smokes that come his way. We may see a Priest of the Moon illusion or something, or a Priest of the Moon ulti or something like that, but looks like Quantic says, well, we got to defend our pushes, we're not going to be able to take it.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. Did they actually even bring down Night Stalker twice in that last engagement? No, right? He just held on his Aegis
the whole time.
Yeah, but now Dendi picks it up, which is the best choice, I think. Because if you kill Dendi once, you push, right? That's kind of what Quantic did last time.
Yeah, and he's like 50% of their spells now that Aghanims has picked up, so definitely good to keep him alive. If he got picked off at the start of the fight, they would lose. A Night Stalker dying at the start of the fight, it's too bad, but it's not the same as losing Dendi's fingers. He can cast so many spells, man.
And still Quantic. I think in this case they are just waiting for items and buybacks. We do have Migo finishing his Hex, no buyback unfortunately. And who's gonna make the initiative push is, I guess Navi is still waiting for nighttime, right?
Yeah, that's my assumption. They're still continuing to farm. There's Treant scouting out the Radiant jungle. There's nobody there. Surely at this point, Quantic realizes that Navi's probably in their jungle, but I mean, if you think about how things have gone from Quantic's perspective for the last 10 minutes, they haven't seen like any of Navi's heroes ever. I mean, maybe AA peeking out to drop wards, maybe Puppey doing the same. For all Quantic knows, Navi is right next to them, ready to gank them. So putting a little bit of fear in the arrow is going to probably, yeah, it will land on Night Stalker, but nobody's here to follow this up. There's actually a lot of Quantic top. There's a TP back coming from Earthshaker. We're finally going to see the fight. It's just about to be nighttime, just on time, and as soon as it is, I'm expecting an initiation.
Oh, I think they're trying to force a TP. Yep, they do force one here from Light of Heaven. He did go for the Breach Travel that you suggested, but he's not going to be back in the fight, but of course our Windrunner can be. So do look towards a 4v5 engagement being initiated by the Radiant squad, as they do have the number advantage.
Alacrity on the Forge Spirit, utilizing every bit of his mana here. He doesn't have any mana regen, other than Crystal Maiden Aura, but he's sitting pretty good. 5.5. Wow, Night Stalker going aggressive. Running up to the high ground there. He does have a Gem of True Sand. They're going to be hitting the tower. They're getting ready to go. There's the Fissure stun, popping the ulti as well, and Havo's taking a ton of damage here. He is being healed by Puppey, so nice play there. That's going to keep him healed up a little bit, and possibly just forcing a couple nukes. No ultimates have been cast quite yet. Just trying to keep Quantic on edge, I think.
I think what he's trying to do is bait out a Hex. That Hex is 30-second cooldown, so if you Hex a Night Stalker and don't kill him, that can be considered as a waste of a Hex, and that's all the goal he's been trying to farm for. Again, a lot of AoE spell being dumped down to push, or to counter push, but look at these Force Spirit, they just so tanky and attacking from a far range. Puppey gonna get hit on, but he does have the healing, so he's actually, there's a Hex, you gotta kill Puppey. No, the Hex is gonna be wasted, she's gonna be fine. And well, Windrunner on the top lane still keeping Light of Heaven back, but cooldown is up on the Breach Travel, so if they feel like it, they could actually just go BOT in and go for a 5v5.
Yeah, kind of a very close, almost killing Enchantress there. He did pop his heal to keep Havost alive, and then wasn't able to use it when he almost died himself. Luckily, the Forge Spirits have very, very long range as a result of the Quas on Dendy being high level. He's going to blink in, dropping down the ice wall. It's going to be slowing down middle of the tower. Is just about to go down 125 HP. Are they going to commit to it? They have no creeps left over. They really want to do it. We're not going to see deny from Quantic. Surely, you always want to keep those tier 3 towers up. But as soon as that is down, Navi is finally going to be able to run up the hill and have a team fight.
Yep, Mania constantly waiting for the Navi team to clump up so he can drop a perfect echo, but unfortunately, there's a tower getting destroyed by the Force Spirit. Unfortunately, Navi's just simply too good for that. They're not going to clump, and we've been last seeing this very interesting push, like both teams just having 4, and Windrunner and Enigma's on the top. They're just like, who's going to chicken out first? And the answer is like neither, at least not yet.
Which is pretty funny. They will clean up the Forge Spirits. Dendy just throwing those up on the high ground with Alacrity. Still is nighttime. Lots of creep waves up there. It is Alacrity plus 80 damage and 30% attack speed on that. They're going to clear. They do a decent amount of tower or damage to the mid-racks, and the rest of the creep wave is pushed up. They're still at a stalemate. I can't believe this has been going on for so long.
Yeah, but every time that creep wave peaks up a little bit, then Dendy's Force Spirit hits the racks a couple of times. Eventually, the racks will be destroyed. And right now, if you look at Dark Green, he is going on the top lane. Wow, Freon just says, "Screw that! I'm gonna TP out, immediate TP here, and we're gonna have Prophet TP back, right? He does have a scroll. He's gonna do it right now and get back. Shackle Shot not gonna latch. Arrow not gonna hit either. This is time to go. Nope. Still."
It's a 5v5 at least. They're not afraid to initiate at this point. They were hoping that after Nature's Prophet TP'd mid that they could teleport Light of Heaven bot and have a 20-second window where Nature's Prophet could not help out. But he did carry TP scroll very wisely from Miggle there, and the rest of the creeps are going to be down. But now they have Eidolons to throw at the buildings as well as the Forge Spirits. There's some nukes, Tornado as well as a Meteor and a Deafening Blast. So many spells casted. Link's going to back off, and they're going to clear this creep wave and do some damage to the tower now. It's only a matter of time. The Shackle is going to land on Night Stalker. This could be bad for him. He's taking decent damage from the Windrunner as well as the Priest of the Moon, but they're still just sitting back, letting the creeps do the work.
Yeah, man. The Eidolon's gonna bring down the tower. The Force Spirit and the Eidolon's gonna do it. Mana gets caught. Black Hole on just one. Immediately swapped out here. And nice Sprout on two, though. The Rapid Nature gonna get dropped very, very soon. Pipe is gonna get popped as well, but not enough damage. Is the story here, as you can see, Night Stalker and Dendy very healthy in terms of HP, and they're gonna keep on chasing. And I do believe Na'Vi will win this engagement. Rise very big in trouble. 2 dead here so far. No buyback from the support. Shackle Shot latching on 2. Can they get anything in return? Pull down on the Hex should be done very soon. It is up. He's gonna blink in. Dandy doing massive damage. There's a 4-stab up. Migo's gonna go down. Midnight Post get dropped down. Any buyback from Prophet? He does not have the gold, and I do believe that bot racks will be destroyed. Mid racks soon to follow. Are they gonna keep going though?
And so far, the only loss for Navi has been Light of Heaven, but like I said, buys back, uses the Boots of Travel, immediately back into the fight with his mechanism. He's got 3k gold as well now, and I think Navi's finally going to back up from this team fight. But what a great effort they did. Blink in from Dendy, a little weird. He's going to 4-step out, but now he's in a little bit of trouble with 800 damage. The Forge Spirit does tank it. Big Echo Slam from Mania now, and he is going to get silenced and probably burst it down, man. Night Stalker is so good against Earthshaker.
Yeah, man, because Shaker takes forever to cast a spell, and the silence comes on instantly. Now we have Navi. They are still in a number advantage. I say they can just go mid. Night Stalker is a very strong tank. Yeah, indeed, they're going to do so. And because you have Eidolons, you have Force Spirit, and everything else, you can bring down the tower so very quickly. Yeah, you can see Alacrity on the Night Stalker. Actually, Life Heaven in a little bit of trouble, but Link at this point just does not do enough damage. Rise in trouble. Night Stalker tanking it up. And are we going to see a ban here on the next game on the Night Stalker?
Nice Shackle going down on Puppy. Looks like they're going to clean up Crystal Maid as well. Invoker will respawn this. He's going to blink away immediately, dropping the Tornado down, trying to keep everybody alive. Here comes the Chaos Meteor as well, doing tons of damage. And the Echo Slam, I heard it. Puppy taking damage as well, but Bose, oh man, big Shackle going to catch a Bose to the Enigma. Now Link in a lot of trouble. Puppy's trying to get a kill, but he will get picked off. Dendy's going to change targets though, trying to kill Link before he ends up dying, but a nice arrow as well as the chain stun on Dendy is going to score the kill on him.
Wow, epic defense from Quantic, and maybe I called it a little bit too soon. They will have a lot of creeps to deal with, but you have a Prophet. That is the best thing that you could do when you one Rax is down. You can use Wrath of Nature, you can Prophet. They're going to go straight in for the Roche. It's not there because it was just destroyed, and the bot is completely open. The tower is going to start taking damage. But right now they want a tier 2, and they will push that one down very, very quickly.
Yeah, Venge's going to go defend this. She is level 12. She'll just pull these into the fountain, get a little bit of free EXP here. No problem at all. In the meantime, the rest of the Quantic heroes are going to be pushing mid. They will take out this tier 2, no problem at all. There's 40 seconds left for Dendy. He's got tons of gold though, 4,800. I'm pretty sure he does have that buyback. He hasn't died in a long time. Nature Prophet will drop the ulti, and he's probably trying to save this, but I think he's going to be forced to purchase back right now.
Yeah,
yes, he
does. And I think Quantic will be very happy with what they got. A tower on the mid, a buyback here on Invoker, and that's going to cut down into his Hex. And they defended their bot, sort of. When I say they defended the bot, I meant like the buildings, not the Rexes, as they were long done. The chase continues as we see Mania in huge trouble. Moonlight Shadow being used. Tornado not going to hit. He's going to wait for the blink down cooldown. There's a 4-stab. He's going to be able to blink up. Blink, no! He had it.
Dang.
That's rough.
Got picked off by the Night Stalker. There was an epic Sunstrike as well, doing 350 damage, man. As the chase started, a lot of good defense trying to keep the Earthshaker alive, but that gem on the Night Stalker just prevents any more shenanigans coming out of the Midnight Shadow. But wow, Priest Moon does have an MKB up, so her damage is not to be scoffed at by any means. But Navi continuing their push once again, and here we go. Black King Bar up on Enigma as well. He's just got to catch that Vengeful Spirit in his black hole, and nobody is going to stop him.
Yep. Go. Night Stalker gonna run right in. Blink in from Dendy. Meteor. Wow, look at the spell casting from Link. Link. Oh, Nick. Can he link out? No, he cannot. He dies. No buyback on him. And this might just be Migo being surrounded. There's going to be a black hole. No, immediate swap from Rise. Nicely played there. But Migo does not change the fact that he is in huge trouble. Rise in trouble as well. Echo Slam on 2. Can we get a kill? Yes, we can. Puppy next in trouble. Power Shot does not hit. There's a TP in. Buyback from Migo. He had the buyback. Puppy now in trouble as well. He's going to go down to the urn. Let's see how much damage that Migo is going to do. He's surrounded by 2 or 3. Immediate blink out from Dendy. 4-stab down on the low ground as well. They did defend the racks, but they on the cost of a couple of buybacks. Racks still open. Someone's paying for the kill, and now I think Dendy should back off at this point. You really don't want to mess with so many blinks and hexes on the enemy squad.
Yeah, definitely true. He's going to TP on out. He's got 5,300 gold. He has buyback, so maybe he'll purchase something like a Shivas or a Black King Bar. I think Black King Bar might be a really good decision here. Those sports got, man, that was a big epicenter by Earthshaker. That really swung that team fight.
Yep.
Swung the team fight in the opposite direction. Picking off the Crystal Maid and the Enchant, just getting them down so they can't cast their spells regularly makes a giant impact. And it looks like Night Stalker picking up an AC.
Wow. It's going to be tough. It actually might have worked out even better for Quantic that Mania died. Because generally with a dead hero, you don't worry about, okay, there's a Shaker, you know. waiting to Echo Slam us. In the back of mind, it's like, oh, he's dead, let's not worry about him. But because he actually respawned during the team fight, he was able to surprise everyone with the Echo Slam, so that was really nice. But yeah, Link got picked off right from the get-go, and they sorely needed that damage, so look towards Link to either get a BKB or work on her positioning a little bit better. She got completely initiated by 2 heroes, and she was brought down very quickly. Now Quantic pushing out in the mid lane. Again, Prophet very good when you're losing Raxus because you could push out other lanes with Wrath of Nature as well. Roshan is back. If they get this Aegis, the game might swing.
Yeah, it could be a big difference. So the gold advantage is probably still in Navi's favor. Yeah, 10k. Pretty significant here. Mirana on position on the mid lane, and everybody is ready to go. Night Stalker's so tanky now, plus 15 armor. He's up to 2500 HP, still just sitting on a single cloak. And Roshan is going to clear out those treants, no problem at all. He's looking for initiation. He'll do the Urn on Link. That Tornado, not long range at all because he only has 2 levels into his Wex. And Navi poking in, looking for initiation, but not going to find one.
The bot tower in trouble. I think Migo, he doesn't have a spot for a TP scroll either. I was going to say you can get TP back with the TP scroll, immediately join back with a teleport if necessary, but yeah, the base is going to take on more damage, and Navi's is going to just play the wait-and-see game. If you're going to TP back and defend, we'll Roche. If you don't, you're going to lose buildings. In either case, you're benefiting, so it's a win-win strategy for Navi. As long as they don't get picked off, and this Night Stalker might be in a little bit of trouble, but he does have, you know, 1 billion armor, 1 billion HP, and map hack and Night, so I think he's okay.
Yeah, probably going to be the case. AA actually picking up, guess what, not even auras, but also his ultimate, and picking up a Black King bar. Now Sanj, surprisingly, his signature Sanj build. Not going to see it this game, but it's going to allow him to do decent damage. If he can get in the middle of the team fight and pop that BKB as well as the freezing field, you can just get lucky. And every single little chunk, 170 damage, gives a little bit of slow as well. That can mean the difference in a team fight. That'll help chip away heroes' HP like Vengeful Spirit or Shaker, or even if you get lucky, disable those Blink Daggers.
Yep. It's a lot of AoE damage that the Navi team don't have. I mean, Invoker is an AoE hero, but the way that Denji's playing the Invoker, he's dropping the Tornado, the Meteor, just on 1 hero, like the Potom in that last fight. So it actually adds quite a bit of AoE to Navi, which they sorely need. And here we go, Roshan half HP at this point. Are we going to see the Moonlight Shadow initiation? I think this deep in the game, you cannot really count on invisibility anymore. Roshan very low. They gotta just fight this.
Look at Invoker's items quick.
GG.
I don't know.
Is this a trope?
I don't know what he's going to cast twice. Double Cold Snap, double Meteor. I'm excited to see him use this. In case he couldn't cast enough spells, he's got a Refresher going after. Looks like they might disengage. They do have a gem up. Somebody's got a gem. A is going to pop his BKB and his ulti. He's taking quite a bit of damage, though. Might get killed by Miggle. And Invoker initiating. Has he popped the Refresher? I'm waiting for it. There's the Chaos Meteor. He does get disabled, looking for a Deafening Blast. His HP down to 1500. He might get Chain Stun here. Mania doing a nice job. Force Staff as well. No Shackle Shot. Mania does... Man, he's going really aggressive here. Dendi doing the Deafening Blast now. Here comes the Cold Snap as well, saving his Refresher for a special moment. But they do pick off that support hero. Priest of the Moon looks like barely survived as well. Are they going to find somebody else?
No,
they're going to back off now and take the Roshan.
Yeah, they're going to find Roche, and I was waiting for some double Meteor action. Oh, I just had, when you pointed out the Refresher, I just had like, I closed my eyes for a bit and imagined like, okay, he's going to blink in one direction, Meteor, and then blink to the other direction, and Meteor, you're going to get a Meteor sandwich. I was picturing it, and he got chain disabled. I'm like, come on, Quantic, that's rude.
Yeah, that would be really cool, actually. A Meteor Sandwich would be really sweet. Even like a double Deafening Blast or something like that. You can disable them from attacking for like 4 seconds. Well, his Wex is still pretty low, but you could disable them from attacking for a very long period of time. Just give it a second, cast it again. Like, you could disable their entire team for a really long period of time and follow that up with an Enigma Black Hole or something. I'm really excited to see him use this. I don't know what he's going to do, though. Only Dendi knows.
I hope he doesn't do something dumb like, oh, refresh Force Spirit, press Force Spirit again. Oh wait, you can't have 2 at the same time. Let's just hope that's not the case.
Yeah.
Dendi always prone for those type of things. But here comes the mid-rack defense. Smoke is up. Shaco Shot not gonna latch. Ooh, we have a Desolator up on Migo. So instead of opting for BKB, he wants a damage, and that's what they need, damage. So let's see if it's gonna be enough.
And Desolator's going to allow them to do any backdooring and pushing even faster because you can subtract armor off of towers and things. There's a Shackle that's going to land on Puppy. He's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to eat an arrow immediately afterwards. No heal coming from him, but he's still alive here. Boast in a little bit of trouble as well. He's going to get Hex, taking some decent damage. That Desolator eating right through, but he does have a cheese ready to heal. He's going to pop his ulti. and looking to take down the melee barracks now. This could be it in just a second here. No, everybody backs off once again. Another big disengage from Navi. They're waiting to get healed up. Shackle Shot not going to land on anything, and the Forged Spirits are pinging away.
Those Force Spirit, if you max Wex, or Qua, excuse me, they have 900 range. I think that's good, or maybe a little bit shorter, but yeah, you kill 2, no problem. I'm gonna summon them back. They are so tank as well. Look at them. They're just like on the low ground to high ground. This is so unfair.
Yeah, not a whole lot Quantic can move up. They've got to kill those up. Tornado's gonna come through. Actually, does do some disables. There's the EMP. Not no EMP, sorry. Meteor as well as Deafening Blast. Nice Echo Slam, killing Havost immediately. There's the Midnight Pulse as well. Mania's going to go down. Dendi gets out of there. There's a Refresher. He has casted it. Going to be looking for another Deafening Blast as well as Meteor. He has casted them. AA almost dead, going after Angel. Angel does get 4 step back. Miguel in some trouble. Invoker does get picked off. That's just the Aegis though. And Light of Heaven looking for initiation. Is he going to Sunstrike the Nature's Prophet?
No, they're gonna get the racks and they're gonna back off. Arrow is gonna hit on Dendi. Mirana, big DPS output. They are gonna pick off Dendi again. Does he have buyback? Yes, he does.
That was a big arrow.
That was a big arrow indeed.
That's 80 seconds. He's level 22 hero. That is not when you want to die. Enigma's going to back up now with 2,800 gold. He still has that Void Stone. Probably going to make a Sheepstick when he can get there. But this is like an extremely high farm game, guys. 51 minutes. Once again, if Navi pulls the win out here, we're going to be going on to the final game of the set. If Quantic is able to turtle it out and end up hard carrying, they're going to be our winners. Very tense game.
It looks harder and harder with each passing moment. We are going to have Prophet to defend. He can join a fight. I think right now, Quantic have to win a fight in the enemy base and just go straight for the throne. This game cannot be drawn out too long. But yeah, if you look at Link, Manta, MKB, and Lifesteal, they're going to go for it.
And the Refresher is on cooldown once again. There's the buyback. He's got 80 seconds left for that. Not going to be able to do a double Meteor Deafening Blast until then. Shackle almost latching. Nice play by Puppy, backing up just in time. And Havost is going to be chasing. They want blood. They're all alive. All they need is some slow. I know they have a lot of Force Staffs. We'll see. Mania in perfect position to do a counter ulti. He's going to do a fissure. Light of Heaven ends up finding him. Pops down the Midnight Pulse as well. Couple disables. Arrow's going to come through. Gets dodged. No stun on Light of Heaven now. And Dendi's going to get picked off right at the start. No buyback for him. There's a Dust Pop trying to pick off Link. Are they going to get it? A's going to pop his ulti. That might just clean up. Yes, it does. And a giant black hole going to catch 2 heroes. No, I'm sorry. Just 1 Earthshaker. Miguel now backing off as well. He's down to 200 HP. He's going to get cleaned up. There's a gem on the ground. And that's a 3-for-1. They lost Invoker, but it's been worth it.
Yes! I cannot believe I'm saying this. BKB level 3 ultimate from a Crystal Maiden was the biggest damage output in that exchange. As an Ice Wall and a Black Hole, a lot of AoE down. Crystal Maiden says, okay, let's go. And even though she only got like 1 or 2 kills, the AoE damage was absolutely immense. Mirana's dead, Shaker's dead, and they simply don't have the DPS output to stop this Night Stalker. And they're going to just take down the mid-racks and go for the Mega Creeps, or maybe they're going to go for the throne. We'll see what they end up doing.
They could shift top right now. There is a Hex going down on Puppy. He's taking good damage. Nice Shackle. Going to lower his HP. He does have the heal ready to go. He actually absolutely skipped Untouchable this game, which I think is a very smart decision. And they will try to take the top tower. It has been fortified, though. Miguel will be trying to defend this. No Sheep. Angel. Also, Sheep on cooldown. Cooldowns everywhere. They're going to take the tower. There's a Shackle catching Puppy to Night Stalker. And it is daytime. Not good for Havost. Needs to get out of here. He's going to drop a stun. Already disable and now back up. Are they going to chase? They do have a Hex shortly. 5 seconds. They're going to try to get this. There's a TP in from Miguel. There's the Treants. The tree's going down as well with the Hex. Nice Shackle. Chain stun. That's going to be it for Havost. He's going to get picked off here.
He does have to buy back, so no worry. But look at Light of Heaven in the enemy base. Ensure they get the tower kill. So right now the throne, it is naked with 2 big creeps away from mid and bot coming in every 30 seconds. How will Quantic play this? They tried in mid. They were able to kill the Invoker, which was key. I was a little bit afraid for Navi at that point. But no, they were fine. And now Invoker's buying back. I just hope to Ice Rock or God or whoever you pray to that we have some buyback here, because late game situation. Oh, he finds Mania. Can we get a cold snap? He binks it. Nicely played. There's a cold snap, and that Shaker is dead. Dendi showing off some hyper casting. Jeez.
He is so good. That was ridiculously good reaction, man. Immediately had vision, popped the Forged Spirits, blinks up to the high ground to try to dodge the fissure, immediately invokes Cold Snap, and then 4 staffs out. No problem at all. Going after Link. He's going to get Hexed, though. A little bit of trouble. Puppy's in position, though. Another big Shackle shot. Dendi's going to get picked off. That Shackle, man, so imba.
Yeah, man, this game is just a high display of skill and team fights for both of these guys. 2-2 in terms of dead. We gotta constantly check on buyback. Migo doesn't have one. Mirana very close to one. She gotta get a lot of kills. But right now, with Dandy keep dying like this, I'm a little bit scared. Cause, well, I guess you still have Light of Heaven, or excuse me, Havos, who's sitting at 3,700. If he gets a heart right now, I'm about to call GG.
Yeah, we'll see. Puppy glances past and finds a random Gem of True Sight. He's like, oh, it's a Gem of True Sight, cool. I'll pick that up. That was from a long time ago, actually. But yeah, Dendy keeps getting picked off. Trying to be a little too aggressive. Those shackle shots are making such a big difference. I would almost argue if they're going to ban anybody next round, it's going to be a Darksteer and a Windrunner, because Windrunner has made such an impact on this game, holding things together, getting shackles, which do follow-up kills
I think
on a lot.
Like the second or third time that Windrunner was picked up by Quantic, right?
Yeah, they've been playing her a lot.
Yeah, and right now, of course, no reason for Quantic to GG out. There's still some game left in play. This is tough for them. And of course, they're still up a game against Na'Vi, but you know, if you have 1% chance of victory, go for it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And wow, we have a Helm of the Dominator on the Mirana as well as the Crystallis. She is going to be hitting so hard here. And life stealing the whole time. That's going to be the #1 hero to kill. Did she sell her Black King bar or something? I thought she had a BKB before, didn't she?
Who did? Mirana?
Link?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think she did. She just went for the Glass Cannon build. And Glass Cannon might be the way to come back. Although BKB is going to be nice. He just need to burst down that Night Stalker quick, because he's just in the front, and now he buys a Basher from Night Stalker. No Abysmal Blade upgrade. But,
unfortunately for him.
but it's still good. It's still like, especially the attack speed that he's working with. But right now, Quantic's controlling the creep equilibrium. Do they have a shot? Give me a percentage, Purge.
I think they have. I think they have like a 20 to 30% chance of winning this. All that has to happen, they just have to win the next team fight and do major pushing. I guess they would have to win it pretty handily to do a throne with no buybacks, because there's a lot of gold buildup on a lot of these heroes here, but I don't think it's over. Maybe 30% is a little high, but I think 15 or 20% is probably pretty realistic. They still have a chance. They just need to win a team fight and take a bunch of Raxes to equal it up.
I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to say they have 50% chance of victory.
50, really?
Yeah, I feel like Prophet's right now doing a decent enough job. If this is a situation of flip where Na'Vi is pushing so hard into enemy base and have to defend against 3 lane, I would give it lower. But right now you can see that they're defending the lanes very nicely. They are just looking for A engagement. If they win that A engagement, they will guarantee Roshan, they will guarantee more map control, and force buybacks. That might just be it if they just win 1 engagement. So I'm just waiting for Quantic to do that, and let's see if they can do it. Now, obviously, I am a Quantic fanboy, so, you know.
Night Stalker does pop his ulti, so it is daytime. It was in the middle of daytime last I checked, so they're going to be looking for an initiation here. Once again, very high attack speed on Night Stalker is going to give a lot of bashes, and that could be the difference between catching off heroes. He is going for the chase still, and there's the slow on Link. Are we seeing a cold snap? There's a tornado catching the supports up in the air, and this is going to be the initiation. Is Light of Heaven going to go in? Could get disabled. No. No gem in position, unfortunately. They're a little bit behind, and Hovost, great fissure block.
Meanwhile,
trapped on the wrong side, but they're going to push up the hill.
TP out to the top lane, trying to get the creep equilibrium. He's not going to get it into the base. He's got to TP back and defend his throne. Question is, where will he TP? Is it going to be a backstab after using Wrath of Nature? Quantic Link, he is the Glass Cannon build. He's down to half HP. If a Black Hole catches 2 or 3, Light of Heaven's getting into position. There's a lot of spell being dropped. Black Hole, he's looking for it. He does get Angel, and only Angel. Then he drops off 2 Meteor with his refresher. Angel dies immediately. Crystal Maiden gets a kill on Ryzen as well. And I think this is it. Mania gets surrounded by 3 or 4. No casting. Cold Snap on top of him. And now with all those heroes dead, Link cannot defend against 5. He is silenced. Sunstrike on top of him as well. It has been tough. It is one long game. But Na'Vi wins this one. And we're going to go to game number 5.
What an epic way to end the set here. Holy crap. 2-2 is going to be the score as soon as they finish off the Ancient here. And Na'Vi has got to be taking a breath there. Yeah, good game, AABKB. What a excellent game here. Was that better than game 1? Is that the real question?
I don't know.
That was good. That was good.
I'm going to rank it yes, simply because we have a Refresher Orb and Invoker.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you're watching on the VODs, go check out Luminous's channel. He's going to have the last game up. If you're watching on the stream, guys, don't go anywhere. Thanks again, Luminous, for coming. His YouTube channel is youtube.com/LuminousInverse.
Yep.
And we'll be right back in a second, guys. Don't go anywhere. If you guys want to watch the final game in the set, Game 4, please click the annotation below, and then I'll take you over to Luminous's channel where we did co-cast that last game, guys. Thanks for watching.